Hello students, in this video we will cover the topics of valence shell, valence electrons and valency, and we'll look at the first 18 elements, okay, and see how the electrons of those elements are distributed in various shells, and based on their distribution we'll arrive at their valency, individual valency, and what are the valencies of each and every element. So first let us begin with the terms valence shell, valence electrons and valency. In our previous video we learnt about how electrons are distributed in various shells based on the Bohr-Bury scheme. The link to that video you will be able to find in the description box below. Now, from the Bohr-Bury sequence, we know that the maximum number of electrons which can be accommodated in the outermost shell is 8, and every element, as we know, has an urge to have 8 electrons in its outermost shell. In achieving 8 electrons, an atom can either gain electrons or lose electrons. The number of electrons that are lost or gained by an atom in achieving this 8 electrons in its outermost shell is called the valence of that particular element. So basically valence shell is the outermost shell, okay, which contains the electrons which are left over in the outermost shell, and the electrons which are present in the valence shell are known as valence electrons, okay, and whatever electrons which are present in the outermost shell, that is what gives the valency. So if the number of valence electrons in the outermost shell is 1, then the valency of that particular element will be 1. So let us begin by going through the first 18 elements in the periodic table, the modern periodic table as we say that, to see how we get valence shells, how we get valence electrons, and ultimately what exactly we mean by saying valency of a particular element. So first element is hydrogen, okay, and the symbol for hydrogen is H, okay. The atomic number of hydrogen is 1. So obviously there is atomic number is tied up with electrons, okay. So atomic number tells you how many electrons are there. So if the atomic number is just 1, that means the number of electrons has got to be just 1, okay. That means it will fill up just the first shell, that is it will be in the K shell. Now hydrogen cannot lose this electron. Now to gain over here, to gain a stable configuration, hydrogen needs one more, because in the K shell 2 electrons are possible, there is space for 2 electrons. But in this case hydrogen can neither accept 1 electron to become 2, neither can it lose this electron, because the energy required to lose that electron is too much, because of the fact that there is only 1 electron that the nucleus has to focus on. It holds on to it very tightly, and it can't accept another electron because the space over there is too small to accommodate another electron. In such a case, hydrogen ends up sharing its electron with another element which has got a spare electron to share, okay. So hence there is only 1 electron in the outermost shell. This is the only shell, it occupies only 1 shell, hydrogen, hence the valency of hydrogen is 1, okay. Next we have helium, and the symbol of helium is He. Now in this case the atomic number is 2. So number of electrons obviously have got to be 2. Now there is the first shell has got 2 slots available, or 2 spaces available to allow 2 electrons to fill up. So both these electrons which are present with helium go in the first shell, as a result of which the valency of, you may think, of helium would become 2. No, actually it is not 2, it is 0. The reason the valency of helium is 0 is because it doesn't need any electron, neither does it need to give an electron. The ability to give or to accept electrons is what causes the, or what is this is what we call as valency of a element. But here it doesn't need to I'll write it on top. It doesn't need to give any electron and it doesn't need to accept anything from anybody, because the thing is it is stable by itself, hence the valency is 0. That is based on the definition, its combining capacity. So it does not need to combine with anybody. Okay, helium is stable by itself. This is, helium is a noble gas, hence we say that elements always look to have a tendency to attain the noble gas configuration. Okay, in the start of this video we said that every element has an urge to have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. That is to gain noble configuration or to gain that stability. But over here the space available is only for 2 electrons and both are occupied, fully satisfied. So it doesn't need any more. Hence the valency over here is 0. Next we will go to lithium. Symbol is Li and the atomic number is 3. Now in this case we have 3 electrons. So how will be the filling? The first shell can occupy, first shell only 2 are possible, 2 electrons can fill up the first shell. The remaining 1 electron, since it has to be 2 plus 1, that 1 electron goes in the next shell, which is a L shell. Now in this case lithium needs, see this shell, that is L shell, has space available for 8 electrons and we have occupied it with only 1 electron. So either it can gain 7 more electrons to fill up this shell and gain the stable configuration, or it can look to lose the 1 electron that it has got. Now to gain 7 electrons is very difficult. Okay, and the nuclear forces won't be able to, the nucleus basically won't be able to hold on to the 7 electrons even if they are given to lithium. So the tendency of lithium is to lose this 1 electron, and as we know valency is what? The ability of a atom to lose or gain electron. So if it can lose 1 electron, that means the valency of lithium will be 1. Our next element is beryllium. Symbol is Be. Atomic number is 4, which means we have got 4 electrons. And then this would mean the first 2 electrons will go in the K shell, followed by the remaining 2 electrons in the L shell. Okay, so here also it is easier to lose the 2 electrons, hence the valency of beryllium becomes 2. After beryllium comes boron. Symbol is B. Atomic number is 5 and number of electrons is 5. Okay, so the first 2 electrons will go in the K shell, followed by the 3 electrons in the L shell. Once again, it is difficult to gain 5 electrons rather than lose 3 electrons. So it prefers to lose 3 electrons, hence the valency of boron becomes 3. Okay. Next is carbon, and we give the symbol as C and the atomic number is 6. So the number of electrons would be 6. Now here the first shell has 2 followed by 4 in the L shell. Now whether it can lose or gain electrons, both ways, to lose electrons it needs to lose 4 electrons, then you will get one full shell and it will be stable, or it can gain 4 more electrons and become 8, and then both the shells will be full and both will be stable. But in carbon it is seen both are not possible. Okay, it is difficult for it to lose 4 because they are tightly held by the nucleus. It is difficult for it to gain 4 as well because the space is not available for 4 more electrons. It will become too tight. Okay, and the nucleus won't be able to hold on to the 4 electrons. So carbon prefers to share this 4 electrons with other atoms who have 4 other electrons to spare or to share. Okay, so since it is able to share, we give it a 4. That means it combines with 4 other electrons, hence its valency becomes 4. Okay. So we have covered the first 6 elements. We'll cover, in this video we'll cover 18 elements as I've said, and we'll cover them in 3 sets. First 6 are over here. Let's go to the next 6. Our next element is nitrogen. Symbol is N, atomic number is 7. So that means the number of electrons nitrogen has is 7. Now first 2 will go in the first shell, that is the K shell. Put it over here. The remaining 5 will go in the L shell. Okay, which means nitrogen can either lose 5 electrons or gain 3 electrons. It is easier for nitrogen to gain 3 electrons rather lose 5 of them. So its valency of nitrogen becomes 3 because of its ability to gain 3 electrons from an atom who is willing to give up 3 electrons. The next element after nitrogen is oxygen. Symbol is O, atomic number is 8, hence the number of electrons of oxygen would be 8. So in terms of filling up of the shells, the first 2 electrons will go in the K shell followed by 6 electrons in the L shell. And here it is simple. It is easier for oxygen to gain 2 electrons rather than lose 6 electrons. Hence its valency becomes 2. The valency of oxygen is 2. After oxygen comes fluorine at number 9. So fluorine, symbol is F, and it has an atomic number 9. So the number of electrons would be 9 as well, and the configuration would be 2 followed by 7. So the L shell will occupy 7 electrons. Hence it needs just 1 electron and it will be stable. So it's obvious that it will just go on to receive 1 rather than lose 7. So that's why the valency of fluorine would be 1. Let's write this down. Okay. After fluorine at number 10 comes neon. Okay, and that would be its symbol. Ne is the symbol of neon. Atomic number is 10 and number of electrons would be 10 also. So here the first 2 electrons go in the K shell followed by the next 8 electrons in the L shell. Neon does not need any electrons, neither does it have to lose any electrons. It is already stable. Hence the valency over here becomes 0, and neon is a noble gas. Okay, so I'll just write this on top. Yeah. After neon at number 11 comes sodium. So you have sodium at number 11. The symbol is Na and not S. S stands for sulfur. So atomic number is 10. Number of electrons is 10. And you have 2 electrons filling up the K shell, followed by 8 electrons in the L shell. That makes it 10. So that means, this would be 11. Okay. And the remaining 1 electron goes in the M shell. So it is easier for it to lose this 1 electron to gain stable configuration. Hence the valency of sodium will be 1. Okay. Followed by after sodium comes magnesium at number 12. So we have magnesium at number 12. Symbol is Mg. Atomic number 12. Number of electrons 12. And 2 electrons, the first 2 electrons go in the K shell, followed by 8 electrons in the L, and the remaining 2 electrons will go in the M shell. So it is easier for magnesium to lose these 2 electrons to gain stable configuration. So the valency of magnesium becomes 2. Okay. So with this we finish the second set of 6 elements. Next go to the last set, which will have our last. So this we have reached 12 and we'll cover the next 6. So we'll have first 18 elements of the periodic table. For the last set, the first element would be aluminium, coming at number 13. So aluminium, symbol is Al, atomic number 13. So number of electrons would be 13 as well, and first 2 electrons go in the K shell, then next 8 electrons fill up the L shell. Put it down below L. So 3 electrons remain and those go into the M shell. Okay. So it is easier for aluminium to lose 3 rather than gain 5. Hence the valency of aluminium is 3. Okay. After aluminium comes silicon at number 14. So we have silicon, symbol is Si, and it is at number 14, and number of electrons would be 14. So first 2 electrons go in the K, next 8 electrons go in the L. This is followed by 4 electrons which fill up the M shell. Once again, like carbon, it can either lose 4 electrons or gain electrons. It just shares 4 electrons, and because it has the ability to share its 4 electrons, the valency of silicon is also 4 like carbon. After silicon, we have phosphorus at number 15. So we have phosphorus. Okay. Symbol is P. Atomic number 15, number of electrons 15. So 2, 8, 5. Okay. So it is easier for phosphorus to to gain 3 electrons rather than lose 5 electrons. Hence it has a valency of 3. After phosphorus, we have sulfur with atomic number 68. So sulfur, symbol is S, atomic number 16, and number of electrons is 16. So we have 2, 8, 6. Just write this on top. 2, 8, 5. This also on top. So we have 2, 8, 6. So it is easier for sulfur to gain 2 electrons. Hence the valency becomes 2. Sorry, and we put it as 2 over here. After sulfur, we have chlorine at number 17. So chlorine, symbol is Cl, atomic number 17, number of electrons 17. So we have 2 filling up the K shell, 8 filling up 8 electrons in our L shell, followed by 7 electrons in the M shell, and it needs just 1 electron, basically chlorine needs just one electron to gain stable configuration. That means stable configuration meaning in this case it will need 8 in the outermost orbit. This is the outermost orbit. So this will become 1. The valency will be 1. Okay. Now, and the last element that we have or will be covering in this video will be argon at number 18. Symbol is Ar and atomic number 18, number of electrons 18, 2, 8, 8. So here once again there are 8 electrons in the outermost shell. It does not need any electrons, nor does it would like to give any electrons, because every element looks to give or take electrons to achieve stable configuration. What is a stable configuration? Having 8 in the outermost orbit if it is any shell other than K shell, because in K shell only 2 are allowed. So for those elements which have more than one shell, they will always look to gain 8 electrons in its outermost shell to achieve stability. Here it does not need to gain or lose, hence the valency of such an element becomes 0. This is also stable noble gas configuration. So once again we will go through this. What is a valence shell? The outermost shell. Now these are all the outermost shells. Okay, the last shell basically becomes the outermost shell. That is called as a valence shell. What are valence electrons? Electrons present in the valence shell, that is the outermost shells, make up the valence electrons. And what is a valency? The ability or the tendency of an atom, of an element, to either lose electrons or gain electrons to achieve the stable configuration is referred to as the valency of that particular element. Okay. For example, in this case, if I just go to mark, this is the valence shell. Okay. The number tells you that it is the valence electrons, and whether it needs to gain or lose, here it needs 1. Okay, so that means it tells you the valency of the electrons, how many are needed. Okay, so we covered the topic of valence shell, valence electrons and valency in this video. If you have liked this video, please click the like button, share it with your friends and classmates. Please do not forget to subscribe to the video if you haven't done so yet. Also click on the bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.